Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of the Pedego podcast and the e-bike revolution. Join us as we talk to the entrepreneurs behind this movement and the love stories of those just riding along. Brought to you by Pedego Electric Bikes. With your host, myself, Paul Roberts, the man who's always amazed at the excitement and enthusiasm people have, the dealers and the customers have for this amazing thing called a Pedego e-bike. And today we've got two other enthusiasts here. I don't know how we keep finding them all over the place here, but these are the folks behind Pedego Houston. Come in, Houston. Are you there?
We're here. Pedego Houston.
Well, Houston, this is Amanda and Jason. You guys came on board, and you're dealers now, and your store seems to mimic, seems to imitate, seems to be a similar one I'm hearing over and over again. Tell us how you got into the e-bike revolution. You didn't set out to build a business. I don't think that was the first thing when you bought your first bike. How did it start? How did it happen?
Go ahead.
He's like, hey, you know it.
So we had a couple days where we didn't have any of our kids, and we went to Scottsdale, Arizona at Christmas time, and that was in 2018, end of the year, and we had a day where we didn't have much planned, so we decided to rent some bikes. Didn't even know what we were getting ourselves into. I was just willing to take a pedal bike, right?
Never even heard of Pedego or whatever.
Yeah, right. Right. So you're at you're at a resort or a hotel or just in town?
Yeah. And we went out, picked the bikes up at 10 in the morning, thought we were going to go out for a couple hours, and ended up keeping them all day long.
Yeah. I've never had as much fun as I've never ridden a bike all day, ever.
No.
In my life.
No, who would?
So it was just, we were stopping and going. We almost went to Tucson. Almost made it there, but it started to get a little chilly.
To
and we had
Tucson from Scottsdale? That's a little bit of a ride. That's not a.
We weren't quite there, but it was. We had so much fun, and then and then we came back home. We were just going to buy two bikes, and we ended up buying 200.
200. Wait a minute. Did you just make a mistake on the invoice here? Or did it was
no. We saw the button that said "Become a dealer." We said, "What does this mean?" We were just shopping for bikes, but then we started reading and researching, and 24 years in corporate technology sales, and I wasn't super happy, even though I was very successful.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought, well, maybe this is something really fun. We enjoyed it so much, other people are going to enjoy it just as much as we did.
But you're not bike dealers. If I'm looking at the bio correctly, Jason has a computer science degree and Amazon Web Service Cloud Architect certification. I can't even say all that at once. And you were, and Amanda's got a BA in marketing from Texas A&M, and you're doing, what were you doing? You're doing some sort of corporate internet?
I was actually working for Microsoft, and I was selling technology, so tech savvy as well.
So I don't see either of those. If I'm looking at the path ahead, I don't see e-bikes on the horizon here.
No.
Well, there's one thing. We like to have fun. And when we run into something, and in our business, we work backwards from our customers. We're delighting them. So we found the same DNA with Pedego. I mean, when we walked into Scottsdale, they were just so nice, and they helped us get out. I'm like, man, this is and then soon after that, we met the executives out there, and we came home, and it just blew us away. So this is a part of it's a family, and that's a family we wanted to be a part of. So
wow,
it kind of took us off. We had no idea anything. I have no bike background other than
so never along the way did
and spokes. That's about my.
So nobody said along the way, Jason and Amanda, come on, you don't know much about it. I'm glad you're excited. I'm glad you found some passion and purpose here. But bikes, you don't know anything about selling bikes. You don't own a bike shop. You don't build bikes. You're not gearheads. None of that held you back. Just boom, we're item 2. Let's get 200 and go.
Nope, nothing held us back. It was December, the very end of December, and we were open our first store by August.
Oh my goodness.
We met the Pedego team at the headquarters in Fountain Valley, and we just fell in love with them. And I think they can see our passion as well, and knew that
I can see, I can feel it all the way here. Yeah, exactly. I'm in Southern California, and I can feel it here. I'm thinking I got to get I'm going to close up the radio station. I'm going to go get an e-bike dealership here.
There you go.
It's not a bad idea.
So what would you tell anybody who is looking for something else? We've had people who were looking for second careers. I'm at a certain age, and you start saying, maybe I'll retire, semi-retire, or maybe I'll do something more fun or in my life. Some people, no, it's just a business opportunity. Did this, want to do something else. I want to get into some growth area. And here's two Microsoft executives or corporate executive types. What would you say to anybody who is looking for that something? Why is this it?
Well, if you are successful at what you're doing, but you don't love it,
Okay.
find something you love.
Awful
And
lot of
the thing
people
I
fit
love
that.
most about Pedego is not only the experience that I had, but helping other people and seeing the joy on their face and enhancing their lives. And so that's what makes me happy.
We had
Yeah,
a.
and I
Go
would
ahead.
add on to that. I mean, the other thing that we found out, it was fast into this business is that you're dealing with happy people all the time.
Yeah.
Especially with the brand behind it. You're not selling cheap things, right? These are higher end bikes, but they also come with a 5-year warranty. So we're catering to a crowd that expects, a premium brand.
Mm-hmm.
So they are always happy. They're always coming in happy. Sometimes you always have that one customer, right?
Yeah.
But it's very rare.
I've heard that over and over again. For example, we had the dealer here in way down in San Diego in Santee. It's a part of San Diego County down there. And he was in the auto collision business. He said nobody was happy when they came to see me.
Right.
Everybody's mad. My car's smashed up. It's dinged. It's broken. Fix it. And he said, and when I fixed it, they never wanted to see me again. Thank you for fixing it. I hope I never, ever, ever see you again. And yet he says, now they come and hang out. Hey, how you doing?
they do.
We're riding by.
All the time.
We have
Talk
folks
about
come
that.
in,
Yeah.
hang out in the store, and then the referrals that come in. There's like, hey, you have got to go see these folks. And we focus a lot on making sure, like, it's our corporate motto, right? Delight your customers. Make sure that they're happy on any point. Doesn't matter what it is. They know that they can come to any one of the dealers across the United States as well, and they'll get the same family experience. And so we've had people come into Houston that have bought in other places, and they leave ratings and reviews and say, hey, we can tell this is a family. Everybody's so nice, even though we didn't buy the bike from you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another testament to Pedego.
So I had another word. So one is fun. This is a fun business. People are having fun. They're in a good mood when they leave. They come back over and over again. Hey, I'm still having fun. Hey, how you doing? And they hang out.
They come just to visit. All
I
the time.
I don't think I go visit my car dealer very often. I don't think I go to my auto body shop very often. I don't drop in at the dry cleaners and say, hey, how you doing today here? I don't have that same relationship with them. It's a service that's there when I need them. Get me in and get me out as quick as I can. And thank you. I'll never see you again. Why do they come back? It almost seems like you're building a tribe. You're building a family. These people don't seem to want to do it by themselves either. They all want to be part of a community. Is that what you guys are building there in Houston?
Well, tell them what you
Absolutely.
say. when they buy
Every
the bike,
single time somebody buys, I say, congratulations, welcome to the family.
And we used to give high fives and hugs,
Yeah.
but then we're starting to come
We're
back
Texans. We like to hug.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
you welcome to the family. You're part of the family now, and say, hey, congratulations, and that just carries on. And
then they thank us.
Yeah.
Right. So
thank you for showing me this. Thank you for selling me a product here. Exactly.
right.
Right.
And then we do something a little special. We always make videos, take pictures, but also we have a lot of customers who like to upgrade, right? So if they don't want that stock seat anymore, we have them sign it and we hang them on the wall. So they're like part of the actual business. So they feel more part of the family. And then of course we hold group rides, which makes them feel even more special.
Yeah.
Because
right.
they're exclusive to Pedego owners, and our ambassadors do a fantastic job of leading some of those rides, and people just love it. They have a lot of fun doing it.
Only thing I can relate it to are restaurants. I was in the bar and restaurant business years ago. I thought it would be like Cheers. It's not quite that much fun running a bar and a restaurant. but at least not on the back end of the business, the front end maybe. And it seems to be kind of that where you would go hang out and they would get to know you and they'd come back over and over and over again. And it was like Cheers. Everybody knew your name and everybody's glad you came. But I don't think of a product or a service business, and you're both, you sell a product and then you service it, of having that sort of, I don't know, let's hang out with them. This is a cool, let's do things with them. Let's just let's just see what's happening at the store today. Hey, honey, let's go down to the Pedego store here.
Yeah, they do it all the time.
They do it. And here we have a couple families that have come in and bought one bike, and then, I mean, we have a family that's come in at 7, 8 bikes
7 or 8
now. They just keep bringing their family in, and it's just amazing. You know, they get back and they'll let their, and that's one of the other amazing things about Pedego, right? So we're joining families. Sometimes one or the other might not go out. They'll have a bike in the garage, but they can't keep up. So it puts them back on the road, or a grandparent. Now the kids are trying to keep up with them. So it just gets the whole family out and having fun, and we love that.
And I can't think of too many activities. Maybe a bar, not a bar, but a restaurant or something where the whole family, where your grandma can come and the grandkids and whatnot. I'm a grandpa. I can't say there are a lot of things I can go do with my daughter and my grandsons, but maybe we go ride a bike together. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if another thing that we say to folks that haven't experienced it, I tell them, we tell them all the time, if you can come ride a bike and not smile, I'll just give it to you. It never happens.
Wow, that's a high bar there, right? I'm gonna have to think of it.
I will honor that, but I need to have a handshake, and I need to see that you didn't smile, because it always happens. They'll go around and I'm like, click that, and they go, woo!
They always make the same noise.
They do. There's a little joyful squeal. Woo! It's funny you say that. One of the other dealers we talked to, I don't remember which one, he said, I wish I had a secret, like we used to, when I was a kid, it was a candid camera. It was a hidden camera somewhere that would catch people's reactions. And he said, I wish I had a candid camera, secret smile camera somewhere around somewhere outside the store when they go try it for the first time and they're out of my sight. Are they looking? Are they confused? Are they uncomfortable? He said, every one of them starts to smile. He said, and he said, I've never seen a business like that. Yeah.
Yeah. What we do is we, as they go around the parking lot, I tell them, try the pedal assist first. And then when you get right there on your way to us, and usually their family's sitting here, I want you to try the throttle. And that's when they're just riding right next to all their family or their friends, and they're going, oh! And,
you got to capture some of this.
Yeah. I had a FedEx guy. He's my new FedEx guy.
Okay.
He didn't even have a package for me. He just stopped to introduce himself, and he said, can I try one? I said, of course you can.
That's what
Put him out in the parking lot, and then I did a little video with him. I'll post it today. And I said, well, how was it, Demi? And he said, that was fun.
That was
and then he
fun.
said, no, that was fun.
Well, I got to see some of this stuff, because I think that was the purpose of the show. I kept hearing this too often. Don kept telling me about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, so you had a couple. But come on, it's a business, and it's a dealer, and they're servicing them, and, anything. There's breaks, it's issues, it's repairs and stuff. He says, I'm just telling you, there's something magic about this industry as a whole and this product in particular. But I think that the fact that you're out there with them, I'm not buying this on the internet. What I struggle to understand is why it hasn't gone the way of the, I don't know, pick any of your favorite exercise machines. I've got a whole garage full of them. For 5 minutes, that sounded exciting, and we bought it over the TV or over the internet, and then it wasn't so easy, and something happened, and there was nobody to do it with, so I was doing it alone. All these issues that make me put that thing aside, and now it's just a big block. It's a boat anchor sitting in my garage somewhere. There's no purpose to it. I might as well just tie it.
I get calls about 15, 20 times a week. Somebody who has bought something, either maybe at their local bike store that they have 1 or 2 electric bike options.
Right.
Maybe online. They have nowhere to go and no one to help them. And sometimes that converts into a sale, which is actually good. There was a congressman who brought his wife into my Heights store.
Wow. Okay.
I won't name his name, but her name is Mary, his wife. And
I'm gonna go Google all
Quick
the Congress
look up.
people.
Yeah.
We
she
just
had
out.
already ordered a bike online, but then she tried the Pedego and she said, you know what, I'll be right back. She went and canceled her order and came back and bought that bike.
Unbelievable. So why do you think, is it because, I think there's three reasons that you guys are so super sick, that Pedego as a company is so far ahead of everybody. One, they make a
100%.
great product. They've been doing this since the beginning.
Yeah.
There's no, you go online, look at the reviews. Everybody says good product, well built, reliable, all that kind of stuff. It always gets high marks. The second is the fact that you have these dealers out there, you guys. And I somehow feel confident if I need some help, I got to fix something, I got to replace something, I want to upgrade something, there's somebody there to help me with this little machine. Because otherwise, it is like my exercise stuff. I don't know what to do with it. And the third is this weird, mysterious thing that you guys have come up with. Try before you buy, or come back and become part of a tribe. It's both. It's an experiential thing more than it is just a product and service. Is that true?
And I think the other thing that we find, and we've actually, some of our first customers, we helped them open down in Galveston. And then some of our other friends, we helped them open up in Austin. So it's also about a community that surrounds you. And we trade bikes. If they need a bike for a customer.
Yeah, all the time. We did it this week.
Yeah, and then we're opening up our third store in the Woodlands here very shortly. So we'll have the Houston market surrounded. But we know that no matter what the customer's coming in looking for, we should have a close proximity to that. And, kind of leads into another conversation around why I feel personally we're able to be successful out in the field, is that we have a huge support system in corporate. At any point in time during the day, we can call our customer service team. They answer the phone immediately, or our tech support team, and they answer the phone immediately. So that's a huge part of it. A lot of times you wouldn't have that backbone support anywhere, and we see it on all the other forums.
I hate to tell you guys, but I've had lots of problems with your old pals at Microsoft when something broke. And I didn't know how to fix it.
That's a different division.
I didn't know where to go. There's nobody to call. It just is a mistake.
You should have called us.
Yeah, I should have called you.
See, now you know where to go.
Customer service is a lost art. It is way down on the pecking order here. It's about acquiring sales, holding on to customers, pleasing customers after the fact. I don't care what corporation you're talking about. I don't get the feeling usually that's a priority. But you're telling me Pedego's different.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the other cool thing is we get to work with people individually. I try to remember everyone's name. Now, I'm not perfect, but I really do like the fact that if someone calls me and they say, hey, it's such and such, I remember them, right?
You don't say, what's your order number? Wait a minute, let me get you on hold here. What was your serial number of your bike? What's your order number?
And I always try to think of something that associates them. What's their story? Do they have, and I've got all kinds of customers. Do they have an injury? Do they have an ailment? I have a person that I absolutely love who's got lupus. I have a customer who had a heart attack. These people are trying to get healthy, stay healthy, and Pedego is allowing them to do that. And I love those types of stories.
So what does it make you feel like when you went in this as a business, but now you're a therapist, you're running a fun tribe, you're what do we call it? You're leading safaris. You're taking people. You're a you're not a health practitioner, but you're leading them to a healthy lifestyle, whatever you want to call that. You're on a mission. You're on a purpose.
On a mission.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I ask everyone, how tall are you? Even if I'm meeting one in person, it's different. But if I'm on the phone, how tall are you? Approximately how much do you weigh? Do you have any injuries or ailments? What are your goals? Where are you going to ride? So that I know what to talk to them about. And this is individual, right? I mean, not everybody's body is the same.
Would it surprise you that nobody ever called me from Microsoft and asked me any of those questions? What are you going to do, or were you happy, or how are we going to fulfill your life and make your life a little better here? That call did never come up at Missed here. I don't know. They missed
How's
that.
How's your word working?
Yeah, exactly. Hi, what are you doing with it? How's it making you feel? You feeling better? Yeah. Well, it's now
fun. I think you sum it up as like "Hello Fun's" a tagline.
Yeah.
When people walk into the store, any one of our stores, the first thing we say is "Hello Fun." First time in the store.
You got me.
How'd you hear about it?
You got me
Those kind of
believing
things.
it. I thought that was just a slogan. It's a catchy slogan, but
Oh
you
yeah.
guys are living it. You guys are making me believers out of this. All right,
And
so
another reason we love it is because we're very involved in the community. So
well, that's what I want to get to, because I know that you want to point out. I don't know why you're doing this, but you're taking on a bigger challenge now here. You've got a bigger purpose in mind here. You want to make bike riding, the infrastructure for bike riding better in Houston. What the heck does that mean?
Well, we got really involved with the Harris County Precinct 1. And
Okay.
Precinct 1 is chartered with building 50 miles of bike lanes within Houston every year.
Wow, okay.
So because we started supporting a bunch of their rides, riding with them, providing bikes, then they started buying bikes. And these are fleet bikes. So these are police bikes, sheriff bikes. And we've just grown this relationship with them over time. So now they're about to own 16 Pedego fleet bikes, sheriff bikes.
The sheriffs are, because they have to patrol. I guess in California, it'd be they ride up and down the beaches or other places, but maybe these are more urbanized areas. What the heck does the sheriff need e-bikes for? Where do they ride these things?
Well, I mean, I think one of the things to remember is that you never know what's going to happen. We're also working on an EMS patroller, an EMS responder. So
Wow.
if you think about it, you have lights and siren on that bike that can go up to 40 to 60 miles depending on the terrain.
Right.
And you're carrying a lot of stuff, so you can have a direct line of sight to anything, a medical emergency, a threat, and then when you get there, you're not winded. So they start thinking about these things is that, okay, if I need to respond to an emergency, I can be there. And Pedego is serving that, and they've seen the benefits of that, and I think, and the other thing is like giving back to the community. One of the promos that we're doing this month too.
Yeah. So this month we're doing bring us any working bike, and you'll get a discount on your Pedego purchase, and we'll make sure those
Even
bikes
that
get
old
donated
beat
back
up
to-
bike that my daughter had 20 years ago and
If
been
it
sitting in the
Works.
ground.
We'll take it.
Because we're donating it to underprivileged folks throughout Houston, and so they don't have a bike, so they would take that 20-year-old beat up bike in a heartbeat, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I
And
saw
the
something.
other thing about the first responders, police and sheriffs in general, think about events. Like the one thing that the city of Houston is realizing is if we have a big event, rodeo, holiday events, any type of festival,
Parades, other things.
parades,
That's right.
horses are good, but people are scared of them. They're not approachable.
Mhm.
If there's a police officer or a sheriff on a bike, it's a much easier thing for people to get comfortable with. And like Jason said, they can get there quickly and not be winded.
And horses do certain things we won't describe in
That's right.
detail, but they leave little
And
presents
they're
behind.
not cheap to maintain.
Not cheap to maintain. They can, I know they're well trained,
Yeah.
but they could buck up. They could do other sorts of, other things. You got a living, breathing animal that's, leaving behind little presents on the streets and other things here.
Right.
There's a lot of reasons that people aren't keen on having horse. They're a powerful force. If you are trying to control a crowd gets unruly, right in with a horse, and you got some control going on here. But that may not be what they're trying to accomplish. They're just trying to patrol. They're trying to be everywhere. They're trying to move quickly through the crowd. I don't think a horse is built to do that. And yet that's their only other choice, either run around or, I guess, get on a bike. I didn't think about getting on a bike here. Yeah,
I got
particularly
to meet
e-bike.
the mayor today, and I explained to him what we were doing.
You
and
got to
that was
meet the
awesome.
mayor of Houston? You're a e-bike
did.
dealer here. Come on.
Yes, I know. But he was at a rope cutting event here in Katy for an ice cream shop that employs special needs children, and I thought, well, this is the perfect chance. I'm part of the chamber to be there, be
Right.
part of the rope cutting, introduce myself to him, and hopefully this will continue to evolve our relationship. And the more charity work I can do, the better I feel as part of this process too.
Amen.
So
I'm with
love
you.
to do
Yeah.
those events.
So what is Houston like for e-bikes? Is it a bike-friendly town? We hear about places like Portland and other places where they've got, I guess, some more roads to ride. I don't know that it's that friendly here in Southern California, except the beaches, because we're a car culture, and I would think Texas is a car culture. The cities are spread out, and they're designed to move with cars from one place to the next. If I have to go see my friend across the subdivision, I probably get in my car and drive over there. That's the car culture I live in Southern California here. Is it the same in Houston, or is it bike friendly?
I'll say it's evolving.
Okay.
Because more and more people are thinking about, Texas is, and we're in the oil capital, right here.
Yeah,
But
this is about
but
selling
more and more
gas
people,
and cars
right?
and machines and
So
right.
more and more people don't want to be stuck in traffic. More and more people are thinking about a healthier lifestyle. More and more people are thinking about emissions.
Yeah.
And so I can get on my bike, and I'm in suburbia where I live. I can get on my bike and ride all the way downtown if I wanted to.
Wow.
So they're continuing to evolve these bike paths even over where I live, and the dedication in the city of Houston. So I feel like this is an ongoing process. It's continuing to improve, and it's just going to get better here.
We, big motivation, Southern California, pollution, cars. We've probably got some because we got mountains that block the pollution to move around. So for all the years I've lived here, 20, 30 years, everybody's trying to find a way to decrease congestion because we got terrible. I don't know what it's like in Houston, but oh my God, Southern California is, just we got gridlock everywhere you want to go. It's particularly certain hours of the day. So anything can get past that. And we're rethinking the way we've designed the urban and the suburban spaces. It used to be about cars and roads and driving everywhere. And now, even in Southern California, where I live, in Orange County in particular, their new developments are much more, there's a town center, and it's much more local, and you can walk or you can ride a bike, and they're building paths and parks. And it's becoming much more pedestrian friendly than it ever was. It's not just sprawl that's connected by cars and freeways. So I think that's the future here. Well, you guys are the future of something. I don't know what it is. I wish I woke up and had that much fun and had that kind of excitement and look on my face every time I went there. How do people reach you if they want to know more about how many stores have you got? First of all, you got 2 or 3 now?
We have 2. We have one in West Houston, and we have one in Houston Heights, and we will be opening our 3rd store in the Woodlands.
And is this where it goes? Are there going to be 300 stores, or are you just happy where you're at? I mean, what does the future look like?
Cool right now.
We're cool right now.
I think it's 3 is going to be a good one. I know there are other dealers that have more, but I think this is a manageable fun.
Manageable fun, yeah.
If you start to get into 4, 5, 6, then I don't know, that fun factor starts to diminish.
There you go. We got fun's the key. We got to judge it on the fun scale.
It all goes back to that family thing we started with, right? So Jason and I have 5 kids.
Wow.
So in order to make sure we're managing our personal life, our family life, and our business properly, we don't want to go too much too quickly.
There you go. And last thing I'll ask you about, what's it like working husband and wife team? Because I'm seeing this as a pattern. I don't know that if I went and opened a paint shop, I'd bring my wife along. I don't know. Maybe she'd love the paint business. I don't know that if I opened a dry cleaner, or if she opened a dry cleaner, I'll pick any business. She's going to open I don't want to sound too like an old guy here, but she's going to open a flower shop or something, whatever would she find fascinating. She loves cards, so she's going to open a greeting card thing. I don't know that I'd come along. I don't know. Did you ever work together, and what's it like working together?
I will say this.
Oh, she gave him the look like, you better give the right answer now. Here.
I will say this. We divide and conquer, right? So in our 2nd store, my responsibility was to go out, find the location, negotiate the lease, understand the general contractor, all that stuff.
Right.
She's the brains of the operation. So now that it's up and running, she's got the employees, she's got the folks, so she does all that stuff. So I back off. We do have some times where we're like, I think a little bit differently than she would approach it, but she always wins. So it's all good.
That's the secret.
But to answer your question, that's how we met. We worked together.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Right.
So you were different. So you had some experience doing that before. Because so many people, we had a couple on, she was a homemaker for all these years, and the kids empty nest. He decides to open a second business. She says, "I'm going to come along. I'm going to get into this too." Other people, for other reasons, family businesses are their theory was they wanted it something they could pass on to their kids too. And now they've got a couple of the kids working with them because they had grown children. Any thoughts of that? Is this a family empire that's going to live on? Are there going to be 3 generations of Pedego riders here?
Well, we've got one that already says she's going to work.
See,
for us.
there you go.
But our kids are in elementary and junior high school.
Never too young.
A little bit of time to think about
it. But they do work in the shop, and they're
they
learning an important entrepreneurial way of thinking, right? And so they see some of the good, bad, and ugly, which is good. They shouldn't think that you could just, have, $20 and go open up a store. You need
No.
you work your butt off and go do something and put a goal together and then just go out and do it. So they're seeing us doing that, and they're starting to learn that spirit. So that's another thing I'm really excited about, is having our girls.
But if you talk to our 8-year-old, either one of our 10-year-olds or our 12-year-old, they could probably sell you a bike.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, never too young to get them in the family business here. Well, thank you so much. Tell us how they find you, how they get a hold of you, if they want to learn more, if they want to meet the people behind this love story. It sounds like you guys have got a love story going on, and a family love story here, and a love story with this product and this concept and the community. I'm just feeling a lot of love here. I want to come and join the love. How do I find you?
Well, you can always come to Houston. Come see us anytime.
And where?
www. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Your
website.
bike.
Website.
Your
Give it.
bike.
Yeah, give us.
www.pedego.com. And of course, you can find either one of our locations there. You can call us at 832-777-3727. If you want to call me personally, my cell phone number is 425-442-1998, or Amanda at pedegohouston.com.
She just gave out her cell phone to 1 million billion people. This is on the internet forever. That you really that kind of family? I can just call you and connect with you, real people?
Well, I've got my quiet hours on from 10 to
100%.
6, so we're good.
All right. Well, next you're going to tell me offline how give me some numbers at Microsoft, because I never could get anybody to answer any questions
Okay,
there.
I'll
So,
take that.
all right. Well, thank you so much, Jason
you so
and
much.
Oh, that was
Amanda, for
awesome.
riding along here with us today. Here, another great example of what we're talking about, folks, here on the Pedego podcast, the e-bike revolution, the entrepreneur and love stories of those riding along. Join us each and every time here. And for more information, just visit pedego.com. That's Pedego, pedego.com.